Honeybee ready? Gentlemen, let's get this match started. To the commentators.
Here we go. I am super hyped. Scorpion is the exact character I predicted Hayate would play.
Okay.
It makes perfect sense, because what do you think of Hayate? Crazy showmanship and mobility.
Yeah, excellent footsies as well, and I've already seen some good tools from Scorpion in that.
Yeah, one of the big things about this game is most of the characters use weapons, and they definitely use them well. Like, Scorpion now uses his sword more than he ever has, and he has excellent range. He's kind of been reimagined as a mid-range combatant.
So let's talk a little bit about how the game differs from MKX. What are some things to look for right off the bat?
One of the big things to look out for is the new meter system. There's now 2 stamina bars. There's defensive and offensive. And offense is what you use to do amplify your moves. Defense is what you use to do wake-up attacks or wake-up rolls or our new breakaway mechanic. And we have our first crushing blow. That's another one of the new mechanics.
Okay.
There are certain moves, 5 or 6 per character, where they have different properties. For example, doing the move 3 times in a row, or countering a high attack, or punishing a move, and you will get that X-ray effect, and they do
a ton of damage. Oh man.
Eye-popping damage, mind-blowing damage. And they also can have properties like they can pop you up or restand you. They are significantly better versions of those moves when you get the crushing blow effect.
So that meter, just to be clear, it just comes back on a timer? It's
Correct.
Not related to anything else?
There's no longer meter building by doing moves or taking chip damage. It's on a timer. You can almost think of it like a cooldown.
Okay.
And it is a very fast cooldown if you've only used 1 bar, so you definitely should feel welcome to use your amplified moves a lot, but if you have none right now, you can see he would not do this amplified teleport.
Right.
Oh, you can see Baraka jumping that back one. Very smart.
I started to read that teleport, I think, right there. But you can see, is that back 1, I think you told me?
Yes, back 1 is the sword move.
Yeah, incredible button right there.
Yeah, it's... A lot of the characters play their best at that kind of mid-range.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. I gotta tell you guys, I don't know if you could hear that in the way that I could, but I have big old headphones on my ears right now, and each one of those little blood driplets I feel like was in my head.
Our audio department does an amazing job of making something gross like 10 times gross.
It was definitely gross.
Is so nasty.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about movement in this game. Seems like run is not there.
Run is completely gone. Instead, we really wanted to make walking one of the key things, a very kind of old school 2D fighter feel. You can actually dash, but the dashes don't really go that far, and they have a lot of recovery, so they're mostly used to, like, maybe when you hit a Sub-Zero freeze to get there quickly, or if you want to take the risk because they have a lot of recovery. Walking is really the name of the game, in my opinion. You can cancel a dash with a block or an attack if you want, reminiscent of MK9, but it's not nearly as effective as it was back then, where you would kind of dash block rapidly to get in. You really have to think to get in,
I see.
Which then goes with what I'm saying about the normals having so much range. So the normals have a lot of range at mid-range, and everyone's using their weapons, but the walking is really strong, so you can kind of walk in and out of that range easier.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like already from about this range they can play footsies, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, Baraka uses his blades with his back two, and
yeah, that back two overhead is huge. Half screen.
Right. And one of the things we wanted to do is we definitely wanted to bring back the really exciting offense of MKX, but we've looked at the overheads and the lows, and they have a lot more risk-reward factor to them. Like, Baraka does have it's exactly what you said, it's like almost a half-screen overhead, but he's not going to get a combo.
Right, right.
Or Scorpion does have a low that can combo, but his overhead just splats you down.
Okay.
So it's going to be a lot rarer to see, like, the really, really deadly mix-ups.
So we just saw a little short hop out of Scorpion. What's going on there?
Well, short hop is a new mechanic where you tap up, and it will crush any low attack or a throw, and then every character has attacks they can do out of it. They can either do a punch or a kick, and they're universal overheads that will splat you. So, for example, if you predict that Baraka's going to try to throw you, you can do a short hop to actually go over the throw and then do a splat.
By the way, we're playing first to threes, just so everybody knows. So potentially one game left here for Honeybee.
And Honeybee's just been dominated by Scorpion. He really hasn't got much going on in the back one range, which is going to be one of the tough things.
We also saw a couple of times in there, hopefully we'll see it again. The wake-up system, very different.
The wake-up system is drastically different. So now you don't do special moves on the ground like you've used to do. Now you either hit up 3 or up 2, and you get access to brand new universal wake-up moves that are like just for wake-up attacks. So the up 3 will be an advancing move that kind of goes across the screen. They'll not knock you down. They'll just do a little bit of damage. But they are invincible. You can't be hit out of them. Very, very strong.
Are they safe?
They are. It's going to depend on the character.
Okay, okay.
They'll be safe.
There is some variation.
Then there's the up 2, which is an anti-air move, and that actually pops you up, but they're not invincible, but they'll beat jump attacks. So you kind of decide. And there you just see his up 2.
Okay.
He didn't get a combo, but when he has got more than 45 minutes, he'll be sure to do a combo.
For sure, yeah. Again, this is all brand new to them.
Oh, yeah. And there you saw Scorpion's up 3, where he just kind of slit his throat and didn't get a pop-up or anything. So one wake-up attack is fully invincible and is really strong, and you don't get much reward. One attack is higher risk, but you get great reward. And there was the wake-up roll, which is you tap forward or back and the flip stance button, and you get a fully invincible roll that goes forward or back. The only way to beat the invincible was a throw, and that is really, really strong.
It is throwable.
Yeah, yes, it's throwable. So you're not going to do any damage. It's not an attack, but you get out of dodge, and it's very, very good. And that's going to take 50% of your defensive stamina.
Okay, got it. It's looking pretty rough for Honeybee right here, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he really hasn't been able to get anything going. And Hayate's also playing so fast. And so now we see him kind of slowing it down. Oh, and that crushing blow is going to do big damage. He goes for the overhead.
Blocked that time.
Oh, good blocking. You can see the overhead. It does splat you and it has really good range, but it's kind of slow.
Right.
If you're really looking for it, you can react to it. Oh, there, he did get the punish. Nice, and now he's going to get a pop-up.
So did he get that because that was a punish?
Exactly. There's a lot of crushing blows where the requirement is to do a punish, and one of the neat things is you can only do the crushing blow once per game.
Got it.
So you see that 1-2-2 Baraka crushing blow, he got the pop-up, but that's the only time you'll ever be able to do that.
Okay.
So one of the big things in the meta in the game is deciding when you want to do your crushing blow and actually taking advantage of it. Honeybee looks utterly overwhelmed.
Yeah, well, that's basically how it went. So to be clear, each crushing blow can only be done once a game, right?
Yes, correct. While the character may have 5, he could do 5 in all one match, but he can only do one particular one time.
Got it, okay. All right, well, again, we're still figuring things out. Let's go back up to the stage to catch the next match.
Thank you, gentlemen. All right, folks, let's get ready for our next matchup. Please welcome from Brooklyn, New York, from Dynamic Focus, Gur. Always great to see you. You bring so much passion to your competitions. How excited are you to be here, Gur?
Very excited. I'm happy to see everybody, see all these new characters, new game. Just super stoked to be here. Very happy moment. I'm gonna make the most of it.
All right, go and have a seat and get ready. Let's introduce your competitor from Texas, currently a free agent, Scar. One question, Scar. Sonya or Scarlett?
Scarlett.
That's what I want to hear. Go ahead and take a seat, folks. We're going to see this fan favorite from Mortal Kombat 9 make a return with one of the best players on the planet. We'll give these players a second to double check their button checks, see what they need to do in order to maximize their potential in this game. And remember, they've only had a couple hours playing this game, but it shows how long they have spent playing previous NetherRealm titles to pick up the intricate differences we see in the gameplay compared to Mortal Kombat X. We'll give them a couple more minutes here as they flip through the menu and set themselves up for success. Gur, are you ready? Gur is ready. Scar, are you ready? Let's do it. Gentlemen, match number 2 about to begin.
Now, this one's exciting for me.
Well, I'm really looking forward to Scarlett. I mean, she's back, but she's very different.
She might as well be a brand new character. I am all in on MK11 Scarlett. I think she looks amazing and plays
that's what
amazing.
I'm talking about. Enough about Scarlett. Let's talk about this dude right here.
So you immediately gravitated toward this character. You should probably tell everyone why, because he's very unique.
There's no doubt about it, yeah. So obviously he's the grappler. By the way, some other characters have that too. It's not just him, but
Baraka
yeah,
also does have a command grab.
He does have a command grab. So Garrus has a really strong command grab that goes really far. Corner carry is excellent. He has some good buttons, and man, some of his there's the command grab, and you see how long he holds you.
It has the unique property where if he's near a wall, he then makes a sand wall and throws you into it.
It does a lot more damage when that happens as well. He has little kind of atrocitus sort of semi-zoning, as you saw right there. He also has some crazy stuff in the variations, and I'm not sure which ones he ended up with here, but he's got some real nutty tools, let me tell you.
He has a rewind time move. He has a move where he can actually remove time from the clock. He is a very, he's like a hybrid character of a weird kind of trap character, and then with the command grab.
Yes. Yeah, very, very funky design. But these buttons right now out of Scarlett, the range is incredible.
Scarlett is the footsie's queen, the mid-range queen, in my opinion. She uses blood to conjure weapons, and they all have excellent range.
Oh, hold on here.
Multiple projectiles, and there's the fatal blow.
So when you're down below a certain percentage of life, you get access to the fatal blow.
Yes.
And it is a huge amount of damage, as you can see, round-winning damage.
It is big damage, and they have armor. And armor's not as prevalent as it has been in previous games. You really kind of have to use your mid-range to just avoid stuff. So the fatal blow is going to be one of the best ways to have armor. It is not tied to your stamina bar at all,
right? Which
means you don't have to use your resources. In previous games, you'd have to give up all your resources to do an X-ray attack. Now with fatal blow, you're free to use it if you have 30%, which just inherently makes them so much more powerful.
Sure, yeah, you'll get it every game, every round.
The catch is once it hits, you can't use it again. So one of the meta of the game is going to be decide, do you want to make a comeback in round one like we just saw? Gur will never have his fatal blow again now that he's used it.
Oh, in the whole game?
In the whole game.
Oh, I thought it was rounds. Wow. That is really big.
So they are absolute game changers that are extremely strong, but you only get the one cash in.
That was his command grab. Same one, it's just at the wall, like Bit was saying, it's a little bit different.
And he can hold the button to throw them even further, like carry them even further.
Oh, now the fatal blow's there for Scar.
And that's the crushing blow. That
my God, look at the damage.
So the way that one works is the last hit's an overhead of the string. If you duck block, you get the crushing blow. He also has a low where he does sand trap. So it's a 50-50. If they think you're going to do the low sand move, they duck. And if they get hit by that overhead, they lose 40% of their life because of the crushing blow.
You're telling me his mix-up?
His mix-up has a crushing blow in it. But okay, like Fatal Blow, he only can use that once per game.
Right.
So that's one of the fun things about crushing blows. Do you want to go for that mix-up now or later?
I see, okay.
And we'll see, Gur basically made a crushing blow and a fatal blow comeback right there out of nowhere. They do massive damage.
Yeah, you can really see that. I guess as the opponent, you really got to pay attention.
Combos in general in this game are significantly shorter than they've been in the past, and they do less damage. And they kind of, that damage you would get by doing the cinematic moves.
Yo, did you see that combo this guy already has? What do we say, 2 hours of gameplay so far?
So one of the big things would be to use your crushing blow or your fatal blow to get damage instead of doing combos. That's not to say combos are not still a big part of the game, but they're going to be somewhat less prevalent. Like, there's less moves that combo without using an amplified move, or there's less strings that pop you up. It's going to be more about doing big damage in big chunks.
Okay, here we go. Can you get in there in time now?
Yeah, and Scarlett, she has like 4 different projectiles, so...
Yeah, and if you're Scarlett, there's not much reason to do anything else. Just holding on to the space right here. But gotta pay attention to that fatal. Oh, okay. Fatal blow was available. Didn't end up coming up.
Scarlett is a good example of how the offense works in this game. Her back 2 is that scythe move that's an overhead, but it does not pop you up, and it is unsafe if blocked.
Okay.
But then her back 3-4, that can pop you up in the corner. So she has a low that can pop you up, but she does not have an overhead.
Uh-huh. Oh, he's really found a good tool.
Oh, good jump.
Probably looking for command grab. Didn't come. And Scar right back to the zoning. You can see, look, the frustration is still here. One of the things I really love about MK11 so far is that these characters that you've shown on this character select screen are very different. So you have the credible zoning coming out of Scarlett. From Garrus, you have really cool command grab mix-ups. He's got some other funky stuff as well that we were talking about. Really good variations. Fatal blow. It's there.
Yes, and then we'll also have characters like Sub-Zero, who has great some of the best offense in this version, which is unique. Sub-Zero, typically you think of him as a very slow defensive character. I really don't think he is in this one.
He's quite different, yeah.
And Sonya's also has really, really good mix-ups. You know, Gur always had a lot of heart as a player.
Looking pretty confident up there, and I'm really glad that Gur went with the big body. You know, he in Injustice 2, as the game progressed, he moved away from Bane and the command grab characters he traditionally used. So I'm happy to see him back.
Yeah, I was very happy when I went him back there that he immediately had picked Geras. It really seems good for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very, very hyped to see Scar play Scarlett. One of the fun things about the development of this game, since we didn't reveal it, you know, earlier, was sitting there waiting. I can't wait to see some of these, you know, which pro player is going to play which this character. And I knew Scar was going to lose his mind, because in MK9 he came in late, and he was the best Scarlett in the world at one point. But Injustice came out, and he never really got the chance to like get an Evo top 8 or an MLG top 8, even though he was very talented even back then.
So at the beginning of this round, we saw that it said first hit. What does that do for you now without meter in the same way?
There is no more like first hit bonus. You do not get anything because meter recharges on its own, and you always, unlike typically, you actually start with all 4 of your bars.
Oh dang, the combo out of the wake up? All right, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, that could have been cool. He'll get there,
Gur does have his fatal blow. We'll see, though. Now, at this point, though, the round is going to be very hard to win, so it might be wiser to save it unless he gets a few hits in, and then it would kill.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Just goes for the sweep to seal it. Yeah, I really like the mind game of that, having to think even as the person using the tool if you should use it now or you should save it for the next round or what.
It's definitely one of my favorite things that we've added to the game. Oh, wow.
What's the condition on that?
The condition on that, I believe, is 2 counter hits with that move in a row.
Okay, I was going to ask what counter hits do, but I guess, do they help with that?
Counter hits are typically used in crushing blows, otherwise it just lets you know that you hit a counter hit, but a lot of them are tied to that.
Okay, yeah.
And that's the same when you see punish come up, that it was a guaranteed punish, and a lot of those are crushing blows. Like, for example, that right there, if that had hit as a counter, it would have got the crushing blow.
Got it. Look how long he holds it. Look, see that?
He's holding them like they're a small child.
Yeah, they are compared to that big boy. And right back to a range where he can control things. He's got good buttons. Maybe not in this matchup, but typically it seems like that's true. Okay, okay, here it is.
Excellent use of the fatal blow.
He was about to lose if not.
Right. And that's definitely going to kill. Now again, that means Gur did steal that round, but he will not have it in the final round, and Scar still has his. So that means in the end of game scenario, like right there, Scar will have a huge advantage heading into this final round.
Hoping to see some forward movement from there. Now those I'm not sure what to call it. It's not puddle, that thing. You have to aim that, right? That is not tracking?
It is not tracking. He has close, medium, and very far. And you can see when he amplifies it is when he gets that hourglass, and it's letting you know the other one's going to come out. So you can see what Gur's kind of doing. You put it out there, and then do other moves, walk in, walk back, and then it's going to go. And Scar knows he can't get in.
Mm-hmm. Well, we were talking about whether Gur could make another comeback. It doesn't seem like he needs it right now. It's all on Scar.
Now Scar does have access to the fatal blow. Oh. Now it is on a cooldown. He did not lose it since it was blocked, but it's a significant cooldown.
Still available? Woo!
And it just came back. Unfortunately, it's too late.
So then you do have access to it more than once.
If it's blocked or whipped.
Okay.
Once it actually connects, it's used.
Okay. Wow. Now, we've only seen it come up a couple of times, but talk to me about how throws and throw techs work. Are they the same as in previous Mortal Kombat?
Throws are very reminiscent of MKX and MK9. You use the opposite button to break them. They have a forward and a back one. A lot of crushing blows are actually tied to throw, and the requirement will be if the opponent techs the wrong way, you get the crushing blow, and they do bigly damage. Like Scarlett has one, so her throw can do like 30% if you tech wrong.
Oh, sick, okay.
It's pretty awesome.
So as the defender, almost riskier to try to tech in some situations.
Well, That's exactly it. And you could actually, if you think they're going to throw, do an uppercut, because that would trigger the counter-hitting high attack for the uppercut crushing blow.
Wow, all right.
So it kind of works both ways, actually, of how risky throws can be.
Interesting.
Oh, he had gone for the interactable. You can still amplify interactables to get armor. It's one of the few ways that has armor in the game.
Okay.
However, normally an interactable takes 50% of your defense. If you amplify it to get armor, it takes 50% of offense and defense. Armor across the board is significantly lessened than it was in previous games. A lot of characters only have armor on their fatal blow or a handful of moves.
So they're both finding pretty good strings right now and making the opponent block a lot. Is there anything that they could be doing about that?
Yes, one of the new mechanics is flawless block. It's if you block an attack at the last second within just a couple of frames, chip damage is significantly reduced and you actually break out earlier, and it allows you to punish things or recover faster than you normally would.
Okay.
It's a very hard mechanic. It's meant to be kind of, you really have mastered the timing and you really know your opponent well, but it can save your life. Like, if you're about to die by chip damage, it can save you. You also, if you reversal a move in flawless block, you have access to your wake-up attacks. So the up 2 or the up 3 that uses your wake-up attacks, you can do as a reversal. So I'll give you an example.
Oh, after blocking.
Right. Like if you do Sub-Zero slide and I block it, if I flawless block, I can then reversal up 2 and get the pop-up attack.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Like a great example would be Scorpion's Enhanced Teleport is safe on block. However, if I have the timing, if I've mastered, if I have Sonic Fox-like reflexes, I can flawless block the teleport, and I can actually get a punish where normally I cannot.
Okay.
And this is like basically a dead even match. They're both playing their characters pretty impressive for how little time they've had.
Yeah, I feel like they are developing even as we're watching them right now. We're seeing some cooler pressure out of both.
Yeah, they're both mixing up their zoning well, and you pointed out earlier, like they understand their block strings up close.
Okay, wake
there
up
you
attack.
go. So that was the up 3 one where she doesn't really get significant damage or a knockdown. It's just more of a get off me tool.
And is that safe?
It depends on the character.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sick. Okay.
Oh, and there he went for his temporal advantage move, which is interesting because while it combos, he freezes time, he cannot 2-in-1 into it.
It also takes one of his stamina bars.
It does, right. There are certain moves or cancels that'll take stamina.
So it's not like he needs to enhance it, it just does that.
It just does that, that's why he can't 2-in-1.
God, that was an anti-air, jeez.
And the way that move works is the opponent is frozen and doesn't do a reaction. So obviously, typically an uppercut would knock you away. That won't. And they are both within fatal blow. So this is the scramble I'm so excited for in tournaments.
Oh, we saw Scar try it, but it was blocked, and now he's at match point. Grr, patient right there. I like the anti-air. Wow, he teched it.
Scar's getting a big combo. Now there is a wall run interactable here that Gur could use, and Gur has never done seen a wall run that he hasn't used. There you go. Gur is definitely probably the interactable master in the scene.
Yeah, known to be one of those.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, armor. The tongue not connecting.
And that tongue is a really, really good move. It has really good recovery. That's my favorite of her zoning tools.
Looking good for Scar. We got fatal blow now for Gur, though.
Oh.
He tried.
He tried. The armor does not activate for a few frames.
Okay.
So while it's very good armor and it's a good tool to have, it's not foolproof.
Oh, that might be about it. Yeah.
That's going to be it.
Scar takes it. Well, that's a really good back and forth, and I love seeing the display of footsies from both. I like seeing the different offense, the different timings. Very cool. I'm really excited to find out more about, you know, how.
Now, on the other hand, we have Dragon. Unquestionably, one of the best Injustice 2 players. The dude won EVO.
For sure.
But he took a break, and like it or not, I think Dragon's a great guy and an immensely talented player. If you step away, you step away. You have to hold that, and
That's
now
true.
he's back. So this is a high-pressure situation for both these guys. They have a lot to prove right now.
Now, both of these players have liked to zone in the past, and you might think it's strange to see Baraka for somebody like Tweety. But actually, that fireball is legit.
It's a mid, and it recovers very fast. Baraka, you know, a lot of people have this idea that he's the savage, that he doesn't know what's... like, he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
No, he understands zoning. He's been in 2D fighting games for 25 years now.
That's
and he
true.
has come prepared. Oh!
Wow.
That did hella.
It really did. Yeah, and because that enhanced move is just tied to the stamina bar, you can use that pretty regularly. You don't need meter in a traditional sense for that.
Right, and you can just see there, he does 2 of them, and he's already built half a bar for another one. It's very, very strong.
Yeah.
Now, the nice thing about Scarlett's tongue, though, is she actually gets the knockdown. So if she can get the life loop, she definitely has the zoning advantage.
Okay, trading it up, but you know what? Tweety's got more life.
Right. Oh, good jump in.
Yeah, read it.
Now they're finally up close, and oh, excellent throw tech. You can see Baraka's 4-4 there is big, big range. Oh, chop, chop. Chop, chop has never been punished ever in 30 years. Everyone just talks about how they punish it, then they don't actually punish it.
You can enhance that twice.
He enhanced it twice for both bars. Now, Dragon just used his Fatal Blow, even though he might lose this round. So that could be an interesting gamble. Now, is Tweety going to want to use his to close this out, or just try to beat Dragon?
If he can. Well, doesn't even need it. Ooh.
Oh, that is the grossest thing.
That's
if
tough.
you look closely, the skin is wiggling.
Oh, all right. Oh, man.
I like how the brain's pulsating.
Yeah, it's still there. It's definitely still moving.
It's all right. Dragon doesn't think when he plays. I think he heard me and just kind of front like,
Yeah, he doesn't need that
it's all
brain.
right. I didn't either. It's fine. I just jumped.
So yeah, those fireballs out of Tweety, that really made a huge difference in the way that that first game went.
Yeah, I mean, Tweety had the life lead pretty much the whole time, and Dragon, oh, and that's speaking of life lead.
Early, look at that damage.
I really like how much Tweety's been using throws, too. Throws are always great in MK games. And now, smart, Tweety immediately just goes for the zoning, and Dragon's going to have a hard time because the life lead. Dragon's smartly just going in now.
Overhead on the end of that?
Yep.
Fatal Blow's already ready, and Tweety, yeah, spending twice. He was ready for it. Down two's there.
Tweety. I think this is Tweety basically saying, you need to go back on your break, man. You need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Is Dragon going to put up with that, or is he going to wake up here?
Caught in the corner. Oh, he kept it going?
He's kept it going. It never ended. Oh. All right, there we go. Dragon's going to get something going. Oh, no. And now Tweety's going to go back to zoning Baraka.
Yeah, expected the jump perfectly. This is somebody who's been playing the Fireball and Anti-Air game for a while.
I mean, and with his Starfire was just amazing.
Yeah.
That was her wheelhouse.
A little bit of harassment, big jump boots, and again, this is all Tweety. Dragon's in big trouble.
Yeah, you can see Dragon's having a really hard time dealing with that Blade Spark being a mid.
Yeah.
And this is in the early, you got to hand it to Tweety, figuring out something real cheap, real fast, and now Dragon's going to have to adjust to that if it's just one more game.
Look, that's how it is when you have been playing the game for 2 hours and you try to decide who's the best.
What? Yeah.
It's not long-term strats. It's what did I find that's wild today?
And Dragon is very good at adapting, very good at, Dragon's not nervous right now. He's thinking, what the hell am I going to do about
looking
this
for
fireball?
solutions on it, yeah, for sure.
The only problem for Dragon is time. Now he's going to have the life lead. Oh, the tongue.
Might try going in a little bit more.
Now we're going to see Tweety's going to have a hard time zoning now because he's so low on life. Well, maybe not for long.
Yeah. Okay, perfect jump timing.
Almost got the combo.
Fatal Blow's ready, though. You see Dragon instantly just blocking a lot. Doesn't want to take a risk on that.
Yeah, very, very smart.
Trying to get back in, Tweety.
Now Chainsaw's in play. Chainsaw interactable, you can use it from full screen and you throw it, or up close and it goes into a crushing blow.
Yeah, I really like this change from Dragon. There's a lot more pressure from him. Is that an overhead? The tongue?
The tongue is not, no. Okay. The tongue is a mid. However, it is very, very good on block. It's a great zoning tool.
Awesome hitbox on the spark as it went forward.
I really like Tweety going for the throw because Brock is going to kick her full screen, and now with his lead, he can go back to his wheelhouse here.
This is where he wants to be. Walking up, maybe looking for a jump, nothing came.
Oh, big punish.
Oh, hey, one question I have. Can you combo out of like crouching non-string buttons?
Like a down one special canceled into a tongue?
Yeah.
Yes, that will combo.
Okay, okay. Oh my god, he kept it going still.
And Tweety's on set point here. He's
been a blow up.
Snack. It's kind of rude of him to litter. This is the Fight Club here.
They're getting some space. But, you know, I often think the Dragon wants that space. It's just that in this matchup, it hasn't been working out.
Right. Yeah, I think Dragon definitely seemed to have focused on zoning with Scarlett and has been caught off guard by how good Baraka's zoning is.
Exactly, yeah. But, okay.
Oh, there's the blood ball.
Does that give you a combo opportunity?
It does not. It's just a lot of hit advantage.
Okay.
The variation he chose to use, though, he can actually make the blood ball slow or fast by amplifying. So he can put on a slow blood ball and kind of follow behind it or mix up the speed.
Man, something about the hand at the start of that thing.
Part,
oh my god, the hand part's the worst.
It's absolutely gruesome. It just makes it so real that you're like, wait, stop.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow, okay, out of the air.
Dragon has fatal blow. We'll see if he wants to go for it. Oh, he tried to punish it and got caught up.
Is it going to do enough? It's not. But very close. Any anti-air? He waited.
Oh, he had it. He had it. Oh, Dragon's panicking.
Oh, jump was perfect.
And Dragon is still alive.
Oh, let him see it. Yeah, let him see it. There it is.
That could not have been closer for Dragon. And we were just talking about adaptation. All he's got to do is 2 more games like this.
Yeah, there was definitely more offense. So, like we said, these are 2 of the best in the world, and they're gonna adapt on the fly.
Right.
They're gonna change.
Now we'll have to see. Does Tweety have anything beyond that mid-range and throws? Mm-hmm. This will be our first competitive get into meta 2, maybe. And they're both just going in.
Is that a crushing blow, or is it just animated to zoom in?
That is a crushing blow.
Okay.
That is if she does the move as a punish or a counter, she'll get it.
Okay. I see, yeah, not an overhead, but just super useful in space control.
There's also a very far version, a low, close, medium, and far, so it's great.
Okay.
It's also great to end block screens. She's pushed back so far.
Oh, it is?
That is actually an overhead.
Oh, it is? Wow.
Yeah.
Ah, it's still in there. Oh, my God. Her hand is still attached.
I absolutely love the flag part. My favorite thing about the flag, if you can listen, is there's a war drum, or a war horn, every time he puts it down.
Yeah.
I like to imagine he has a Tarkatan, like, war band, got like a hype man right in the foreground that's like Mad Max Fury Road, that dude that's just playing guitar, like that's his job. Baraka has one of those guys. One of his variation moves he can choose, he actually has different flag moves, like you can plant it or actually hit it with you, and you could see that in Ed's gameplay breakdown earlier.
Yeah, I was trying that out. That gives extra damage onto buttons if he's near the flag.
You can really radically change your character with the variation system. There are all kind of wacky moves, like...
Oh, you mentioned it earlier, but Baraka also has a command grab variation.
Yes, Baraka has a mid-screen command grab where he actually jumps and leaps at you. If you could choose to equip that if you want. Scarlett has several different debuff and buff moves. She can make it rain blood from the sky, and if she's standing in it, she gets a damage boost. There's all kind of variation moves you can choose from.
There you go. Oh, come on, man. Okay.
And Tweety's going to take it. It was a pretty close set towards the end.
It was, and like we were talking about, we did start to see some adaptation, but it just wasn't enough. Okay, I think she's dead, yeah.
It's him.